I'm live. Hello, happy Friday. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Thank you for joining me. We're going to chat about some figure news. We're going to spend a lot of time talking about John Wick today because JND finally gave us some photos. So I'm going to spend a big chunk of this stream talking about John Wick, so fair warning. We're going to talk about Inart. We're going to talk about the T-800 battle damage that dropped today. I think that looks really impressive. But before we get started with the figure chat, I did just want to say, to our friends that are watching in America, I appreciate the past couple of days have not been great in your country. I know September 11 is always a very significant day that brings up a lot of emotions. There was the shooting as well. So I just really want to just send love to people in the US who are maybe just not feeling that great about things. The US is somewhere that I am fortunate to have visited a few times. I have friends there, so I definitely feel a connection to the country. And as I said, I just wanted to just take a moment just to say, like, if you're not feeling great about things, like, we are thinking of you. We are here to support you. And I hope that this stream and sharing this hobby of ours, which brings us so much joy, perhaps might bring a nice welcome distraction to what's going on and how you may be feeling. So I just wanted to spend a moment to say that, because I think mental health is really important. And I think the biggest thing I've learned as an adult is it's okay not to be okay. It's taken me a long time to kind of be able to sit with that. But I feel like, when you are feeling like that, like making sure that you're checking in with your network and speaking about your feelings. Again, lessons I've been learning later in life. You cannot just bear a load alone. So as I said, I just wanted to take a moment to just send some love, send some well wishes, and I hope that you guys are okay. I can't imagine what these kind of events are like to have in such quick succession. So yeah, just wanted to say that, thinking of you guys, and I hope you're all doing well. I already have a few in the chat, so thank you. I always appreciate people coming to hang out on a Friday to chat to me in Perth, one of the most isolated cities in the world. But hey, let's chat about some figures, because I said this is the hobby we love, and I know that this stream, it brings me a lot of joy. This community that we've built, it seriously is something that I look forward to every week, and I feel like it starts my weekend off on such a high, having you guys here to chat to. So thank you for making some time to hang out with me. Uncarded Reviews first in the comments. Good morning, Helen and chat. Looks like we are officially on Wick Watch, Wonder Woman Watch, and Wang Watch once again. I mean, we're on alliteration watch, really. I think that's what you're trying to say to me. Figure It Out is here. Hello there. Well, hello to you. Gilbert's here. Greetings from the Netherlands, Gilbert. I have been eating a lot of Stroop waffles lately. They are delicious. If you know, you know. They're an amazing biscuit. Bobby's here. Happy Friday, Bobby. I hope you're going to be here for the wing chat, because Wick. Goodness, I already can't enunciate my words. That's a worry, given we are 4 minutes into the stream. But there's so much John Wick to discuss. Nice to see you in the comments. Eric's here. Happy Friday. Releases are coming fast these days. T2 was an unexpected surprise this morning. Yeah, I thought we were going to go a week without anything from Hot Toys, but then that T2 release came out, those blogger photos. I feel like that was a little bit later in the day, but as I said, I thought it looked really impressive. Figure Hideout's already got a short video on Instagram, and I'm guessing on YouTube as well, giving us a bit of a preview. And he also said his JND Two-Face Harvey Dent review is not far away, so that's interesting. So I as much as I don't like their John Wick, their Two-Face looks phenomenal. The Broke Collector, my foundation member. He can never leave me. What's everyone? I missed you guys. It's just not the same watching the replays. Oh, I'm glad you could make it to join us live. Although I do appreciate, I have some people who are regular catchers on the replay that leave comments. So like Katya, Kareem, Kevin, Dark Knight Archives has been in the replays lately. So I appreciate everyone who makes the time to leave a comment. And if you do leave a comment on the replay, I promise I will reply, because I appreciate people giving their time to me. So I will 100% always reply. And I'm constantly stunned at how many people watch this stream of me and my cat just sitting in a room talking to pictures. Seriously, it blows my mind. Anthony Stanfield's here. Hi, Helen. Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday to you. RIP Charlie, absolutely. Regardless of what you think politically, I just want, like, that's so young. A young woman's a widow. 2 young kids won't have their dad. Like, regardless of what you think politically, I just think those aspects in and of itself are, to me, very heartbreaking. AJ's here. Hello, friends. Hope is well. Hello, AJ. I hope you're doing well as well. Carter View says, well said, Helen. If we look past our individual differences and ideologies, we realise that collectively we must stand united as members of one human family. We must not lose hope. Good will win. I mean, that's the wish, right? But as I said, I just I've been in the US for September 11, and I've been in New York for September 11, and it definitely feels like the vibe changes. So to have like 2 significant events in like back-to-back days, like that's a lot. I can imagine that would really take a toll on a lot of people. So that's why I just wanted to take a moment to just say a few words on that. Winman42 see, happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday to you. We got JB, afternoon, all afternoon to you. Equan's here as well. What up, Helen? Happy Friday. I'm good. How are you? We're gonna try to make it a happy Friday. We're gonna chat about figures, which, like, what else would you rather chat about on your Friday with your internet friend Helen? But your internet friend can't even speak. Oh, it's going to be a long stream, guys. Your internet friend Helen doesn't like people losing money to one man's hobby / William Wang. And it's been sad because in recent weeks, I've been talking to collectors who are telling me their stories of, yep, I had the Black Widow Artisan ordered through William Wang, and now I'm not getting it. Or for us here in Australia, because the Australian stock of Endgame Scarlet Witch has come in, so I'm hoping mine's here for next Friday so we can unbox. Someone else, yep, I'd ordered Endgame Wanda. So people that are paying twice for things, people that maybe can't secure, particularly for something like an artisan figure, people who can't secure that a second time. It's not fun. So this is an issue that is continuing to have an impact on collectors. So this is why I just take that moment. I know all my regulars, you're probably sick of me talking about it, but if anybody new is like stumbling across my stream and they are not aware of the issues, this is why I just keep this in there as a quick little PSA and a reminder that if you've pre-ordered the Jazz Inc. Catwoman, the information from Jazz Inc. is that William has defaulted on his payments. So there are collectors who have successfully transferred their orders from William to Jazz Inc. If you provide them proof of your deposit, I know a number of Australian collectors that have actually had Jazz Inc. honour that deposit and move their pre-order across to directly with Jazz Inc., which at least is a win to some degree, right? Like, I know a lot of people are not going to win everything in this situation, unfortunately, but I do know that even people have been pushing PayPal and their banks, even though it's beyond Windows. And I know some people have had some success by showing some of the YouTube videos, using some of the evidence from the group that was set up for people that are experiencing this issue with William and trying to get support. So people are still having some luck. So as I said, if you can get something back, or you can at least get your Catwoman order transferred across to Jazz Inc., we got to take what we can, because I seriously don't think, what are we now? May, June, July, August. That's 4 months with not a peep from William. And that's probably I would say, no, that's definitely the longest he's gone this year. Like previously, every 2 to 3 months, maybe he'd pop up. He made that post in his group where he said, in 4 hours' time, I'll start getting back to people. And that post has more than 1,000 comments. And no one is hearing from him. No one's getting messages. He's actually not even contactable via Facebook Messenger. And when I've seen the error message, I legitimately think he's just abandoned that Facebook profile. I feel like he's logged out and he's never logging back in, allegedly, in my opinion. So again, this is why I leave this PSA in case someone new discovers me, sees Shuri, wants to see her running around in a stream. I want them to know, one man's hobby, William Wang. No bueno. Avoid. Willy Wanger, that's the one. Valkyrie's here. Good morning, Helen. Good morning, Shio. I hope you're doing well. Oh, uncarded reviews. I thought you weren't pre-ordering anymore. Didn't you say you had 120 pre-orders? Oh, I pre-ordered the JND Studios 1 week through One Man's Ponzi. Don't think my deposit is refundable. Do you know what makes me laugh? And I think I said this before, is with the Mars Toys Two-Face, because you know how 1/6 Kit always gets the pre-order bonus items through Mars Toys. So William thought he would get like a bunch of like 1-to-1 coins. So I don't know, Temu, where did he get them from? And he was trying to offer his own pre-order bonus item if he got the Mars Toys Two-Face with him. So if he was still around, I wouldn't have put it past him to do some kind of a scheme like that, because I don't want to rub wounds, but there was literally, I so wanted to comment in his group on that post, go, hey, what's the coin like? Did anybody get it? I mean, I've had that Mars Toys figure, I want to say, for at least a month now. I don't think anybody who got it through William has got theirs. Daniel's here. Hey, Helen. Hello to you, Daniel. I hope you're doing well. AJ, 4 hours, 4 months, same thing. I mean, I think in William's world it is. I think it's absolutely the same thing, because I know people early on that were messaging him and trying to encourage him to post in his group and give people updates. He was very dismissive of it. It'll be all right. It'll be fine. So I have to assume he checked out long ago and he's now taken a whole bunch of people's money and gone overseas. And that's just a bit crappy. And I believe in karma. So the karma bus is real. No post office on the beach in Thailand. Well, I mean, he said he went near his China warehouse, but we all know from Toys Wonderland, AI can make you some beautiful videos of warehouses. So I don't know what to believe about the guy, honestly. I just think he's gone and we're probably never going to hear from him again. And as I said, for the people he owes a lot of money to, and there are people that he owes like 10,000 US to, that's really sucky. So that's why I put these PSAs out, because that website, I'll be so happy when like the hosting or something expires and that website is no longer visible, because they clearly don't even have the decency to take down that website and at least stop collecting pre-orders from people. Even something like that, just pull it down. You could do that, like show one shred of decency and pull down that website to stop fooling new people, unsuspecting people. No shred of decency. No shred of decency, Shuri. Oh, I wish you guys could have heard Shuri just made a cute little meow. It was adorable. I know, Shuri. We have to talk about Wonder Woman very quickly, we spoke about Wonder Woman last week. And look, I know, I don't think it looks like Gal Gadot either, Shuri. I really don't. So the pre-order's alive. Inart made a statement about the body, talking about a guarantee and the silicon, and if something happens within 2 years, we'll replace it. That left us asking a lot of questions. What does that mean? What is going on? And then this statement was issued. Dear collectors, thank you for your support of our 1/6 scale Wonder Woman collectible figure. In response to concerns raised by some collectors regarding the silicon material, we would like to make the following special announcement. The figure's body was originally planned to be made with medical-grade silicon. However, after thorough testing, we have found this material had two major limitations and shortcomings. One, poor paint adhesion. The bond between the paint and the material was poor, leading to potential fading and discoloration. Two, poor durability. Under normal display conditions, the paint may crack or deform after approximately 6 months to a year. That's a worry. To ensure the longevity and posability of the figure, we ultimately chose to use platinum silicon instead. The material has better paint adhesion, greater durability, and can better preserve the detailed paintwork. To ensure the longevity and posability of the figure, we ultimately chose to use platinum silicon. The material has better paint adhesion, greater durability, and can better preserve the detailed paintwork. For any collectors who are concerned about the changes in silicon material and wish to request a refund, we will unconditionally accept refunds within the specified time frame. You must apply for a refund through the customer service of your purchase channel from the day of this announcement until a minute before midnight on the 3rd of October. The lack of a refund request after this deadline will be treated as acceptance of a change in the silicon material. Additionally, for collectors who do accept the change, we will still be offering the following after-sale service. So they're still going to offer, if there's any cracks or paint peeling, that's as a result of damage that's not caused by the user, they will provide a free replacement upon return or confirmation of destruction of the original figure. We also recommend that collectors wear gloves while handling the figure. Okay. And store the figure in a dry environment away from direct sunlight. Don't feed it after midnight. It may turn into a gremlin. If you have any other questions, feel free to contact us. So that was a lot, and that was interesting because I don't know about you guys. I've never heard of platinum silicon. I don't know what it is. And I'm like, I'm not going to start becoming a scientist to understand figure technology. But the thing that got me was there was a post in the Jazz Inc. group, and someone was asking Yoast about platinum silicon. And Yoast's comment was, it doesn't exist. It's a phrase that Inart made up. Say what? As I say, I'm not a science plastics expert. Would it surprise me if Inart made up a phrase? Not really. But I'm still just a bit like, should this stuff not have been sorted out before you put this thing up pre-order? And it started its world tour of influencers. I don't know. Oh, Valkyrie, that's incredibly kind. Tim Tam Fund, my friend, $4.99 super chat. I appreciate you. The Tim Tam Fund is real. And as I say, when we get to those 4,000 subscribers, Tim Tam giveaway is coming. Or for Christmas, whatever comes sooner, 4,000 or Christmas. But I appreciate that. That's incredibly kind. Uncarded Review says, this looks like a third-party unlicensed figure from VS Toys or something. Well, I just want to say, so Justin has the prototype. I'm going to leave that comment up. Justin has the prototype and he did a video. So I watched it because I went, okay, maybe I will get a better look at the figure. Maybe my view of the head sculpt will change. Maybe I will see this more favorably. I'm sorry, this does not look like Gal Gadot. In addition to it not looking like Gal Gadot, I'm sorry, Inart, your girl needs some dry shampoo to sort out that greasy mess that is that hair. That hair looks not good to me. It looks like she needs to wash her hair. I don't think this greasy mess of hair is what it is where it's at. I was watching the video just going, at no point did I go, oh, from that angle it looks like Gal. Or yeah, no, that's the likeness is strong there. I don't think it looks like her at all. And so this is where it's a real conundrum for people. Because as we said last week, there was the stream on Chinese social media that then did the rounds of places like Reddit, where Inart said, we're not updating the sculpt. Justin's video seems to suggest, oh, well, the final production one, there'll be some improvements. Who do you believe? I don't know who to believe. I have to think that if Inart wants to speed up their production times and their release windows, I can't think they're going to want to keep doing processes of refinement, because I think that's not helped them in trying to get figures out quickly. So I think I tend to lean into being a little bit more skeptical and thinking, no, if the statement was made on Chinese social media that this sculpt is not getting updated, then that's what I'd lean towards. I would hate for someone to pre-order this thinking, no, it's going to get updated, and then it doesn't. Because I just don't think this head sculpt's great. I really don't. Like, the rest of the figure, there was a lot to like about the figure. I think the fully silicone body, I mean, if it's going to be durable enough, but aesthetically looked great. Like, sometimes these female figures have really suffered when you've got like the sandals like Wonder Woman has, and you can see like a gnarly ball joint where the ankle connects. So I think the body aesthetically looks really nice. The outfit looks nice. But this is her stunt double, and for the love of God, some dry shampoo to sort out that hair, because it is just a mess, a greasy mess. Mike says, so I took a leap of faith and PO'd this Wonder Woman last night from 1/6 kit. I'm really hoping it doesn't come back to bite me. I did it after watching Justin's review of the proto. Well, I mean, if you still did it after you watched that video, like, you're going in with your eyes open is all I could say. And just like that, the Magawi Wonder Woman was born. I don't know that I know what that means. Yost must be having a laugh. Platinum is added to silicon for longevity. Really? I have no idea. Inart does love adding random elements to their marketing. Rhodium, silver, platinum. Yeah, and I mean, they also like saying that there's no influencer batch, right? Lol. Anthony says platinum silicon does exist. It uses platinum as a curing catalyzer. Oh, okay. Maybe Yost's comment was sarcastic then, because I saw his comment and was like, really? Why would they make up a phrase? Because in today's internet world, surely people can work that out quickly or not. Clearly, I didn't do any research because I didn't. Natalie Harris is here. Afternoon, Helen from UK. Natalie, hello. Natalie, I feel like I'm going to sidetrack, but I feel like we discussed nurse jokers. And if we did discuss nurse jokers, I'm not sure if you're in the 1/6 kit Facebook group, but someone did ask the question of Topo about nurse joker and would they do it. And Topo actually showed a picture of a nurse joker outfit they've been working on. And they said that they have had a challenge of not finding a suitable silicone body and basically asking people if they would be okay with like a hard resin body like your Power Pose Bruce Wayne. So fingers crossed, they're going to come good on that Nurse Joker. I feel like it was you I was discussing Nurse Joker with, and I said Topo might be doing one. So I just wanted to share that because that happened this week. So guys, fingers crossed that Topo comes good with the Nurse Joker, because, you know, I'd love a seamless Nurse Joker. She is an Amazon. So it's an Amazon body. I mean, it's a platinum silicone body, apparently. Needs work. I mean, I'm sorry. Like I couldn't listen to comments that this hair was better than the WB100. I don't think this she looks like she's just walked out of the shower, which I know is probably what some people would like, but that's I just don't think the hair looks great. I'm sorry, it's not good. So I'm looking it up, and what I'm seeing is platinum cured silicone, which results in higher purity, fewer contaminants, and enhanced performance. Not my words, just what I found online. Okay, so it is a thing. Oh, hi, Dr. No. Hi, Shuri, Helen, and fellow collectors. I hope everyone is good. Well, I mean, I'm going to assume Shuri is good too. I don't know where she is. She was here. She left. When I put this Gal Gadot Wonder Woman on the screen, she made some sounds of disapproval. I really wish I could get her mic'd up so you could hear her little... She doesn't have a big voice, but she has a lot to say, little Shuri. She's very expressive. 14 Wellington's here. Hiya to you. I hope you're doing well. Winman42 says, looks like Gal Gadot to me a little bit. I can see who this is supposed to be. But if I was in the market for this, I would not put my money down. I'd wait for an update if that's on the cards. Well, this is my thing. It seems to be very mixed messaging as to, is this going to get updated? And it would be interesting because I think people have typically been of that view of Inart update stuff. Hot Toys always doesn't. So it would be interesting if this is the first thing they've gone, we're not updating. I think that would be a shock to a lot of people. I think it might make them a little bit more hesitant to just drop a pre-order and thinking, oh, no, they always update it. I know there's some people who wish JND would update that John Wick. Gilbert says the most important is Inart should go all in and make it like Gal. I don't know who this looks like. He may have the most subscribers, but lighting does not help. Makes the sculpt look soft and the hair yuck. Look, I just, as I said, I just don't see the likeness. I don't like the hair. Even if we go back to what's Inart's photo. See, I don't think the hair looks... It's not as well lit, but I think the hair doesn't look as bad here. But this hair just does not look good. Justin has been known to tell lies in the past. I bought mine from Toys Wonderland. Get yours there. Need we say more? No, we don't need to. SJC says still PO but needs work. From the movie Gremlins. Oh, Magawi is how the critter started before getting wet. Oh, it's been such a long time since I've seen the Gremlins, and my memory is clearly not great. Oh, cool, Natalie. Yep, it was Helen. Thank you for the information on Nurse Joke. You're welcome. The 1/6 kit group is actually, I really like it because it's not one of those groups that gets overrun with sales posts and promotions. And I think because a few of the manufacturers like Topo and Mars Toys are in the group, sometimes you can get little tidbits of information. So I wasn't sure if you're in that group or not, Natalie, and I was confident that it was you that I was talking about Nurse Joker with. So, okay, awesome. I'm glad I could share that with you. So fingers crossed, Topo comes good for us. Well, the problem I'm seeing is that PO window closes at the end of September with kit. I'm hoping for improvements, but can't wait for an official announcement because of the PO window. Well, I mean, Pop Culture sells Inart. I don't know if there's any geographical restrictions on that. Pop Culture's a little bit different. They just have pre-orders open. I guess they're more, they'll get however many they get, and the pre-order is open until they sell them out, or it comes in stock, because even some of the figures like the Man of Steel Superman has been in stock at Pop Culture for a while. So as I said, I'm not sure if there is any restrictions on where Pop Culture can ship to, but Pop Culture and Sugo Toys, both in Australia, might be options. I don't know what that means as far as postage and price implications. I've got no idea. But I guess I'm just sharing more that there might be options where you can pre-order through outside of that 1 month window, because Pop Culture definitely doesn't limit the Inart pre-ordering to that restricted window. I don't understand the confusion. Inart's official statement says the head sculpt would not be reworked, so why are people believing otherwise? Well, Uncarded Review's the thing that's... I believed that statement to be true. But as I said, there was a couple of times in Justin's video where he, to me, was implying that there'd be updates and, like, it will get better. And I'm like, well, it's not going to get better if they're not updating the sculpt. Like, this is... I mean, the hair potentially might not look as much of a greasy mess, but this likeness is likely to be this likeness. If you don't like it, I don't think it's going to change that wildly in hand. Surprised they didn't go with platinum silicon from the get-go. Hot Toys also used platinum silicon for their new figures too. Oh, really? I thought medical was the go, because everyone's like, medical grade, that's the one. I feel like I need a science degree to understand all this stuff. Inart seems to have good quality control, and they better not decide to get complacent now that I've put my money down. Well, I mean, I did see a post just before I jumped onto the stream in the 1-6 Kick group, I'm pretty sure it was, of someone receiving a Michael Jackson figure and it having, like, smudges. And then I think it was Bob in the comments said that one of his hands arrived with, like, black smudges on it too. So that's a worry to me. Why are they not wrapping stuff in plastic the way Hot Toys does? It probably is like a 2-cent investment. Is Justin secretly the Howard Chan behind Inart? If so, he's saying they'll update the figure, then surely Inart will obey. I got no idea. Mike says, Helen, I considered pop culture, but the issue with the suspension of the shipping to the US gave me pause, so I didn't go with them. Now starting to have buyer's remorse. Look, Australia Post actually did issue a statement that said they will resume shipping to the US on or before the 25th of September. So it looks like that issue will be soon resolved. So I did get that email via work where I was like, oh, that's good news. So for people who are maybe wanting to order stuff through Pop Culture or even Sugo Toys, the Australia Post service should resume, but also there's other courier services they potentially could use. Like we have more than just Australia Post. But as I said, I'm 99% sure it was on or before the 25th of September postal services to the US will resume. What figure currently out would you like the hair to resemble? I mean, I did like the WB100 hair. I just personally, I don't know what it is with this hair, but as I said, like, it just looks incredibly greasy. And when I think of Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, I don't think of straggly, greasy hair. So I did like the WB100 hair. I thought that was nice. I think the Scarlet Witch hair I thought was pretty good. The front ringlets were perhaps a bit, you had to get them right. The Black Widow hair was fantastic on that artisan figure. That's probably some of the best rooted hair that Hot Toys has done. But this just, I don't know if it's just there's just too much product in it, what it is, but this is not. That's not the right look. Looks like Inart's Wonder Woman got caught out in the rain with the wet hair look. Yeah, 100% Mitchell. I was saying before, she needs some dry shampoo to sort out the greasy mess. Medical is the same as platinum. So I'm going to have to get someone to give me a tutorial on silicon and what it means. Yay, Australia Post, remember the 25th of September. Or sooner. But yeah, they said by the 25th of September. Hi, Helen. Hello, Blue Baloo. Did you see the new Terminator 2 Battle Damage figure just released today? Do you like any of those figures from that franchise? I did. We're going to talk about that later on. Look, I think it looks fantastic. I was really impressed with that figure. I really think like the last 3 releases we've had, which is like Artisan, Black Widow, the Wolverine, and the T-800 are, I think Hot Toys at its best. I think the swap out arms, the head sculpts, excuse me. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but I think it's super impressive. I'm not a Terminator collector. I am pretty much at my limit for lines I can have. So most of my pre-orders are items for existing lines. But I definitely think it looks good. I think the T-1000, I think if you've got the jacket on him, he looks a bit better. The shoulders look a bit sort of flat otherwise. But I think it's really interesting. Like, I do wonder now how far away the clean version of that is. But I think it looks awesome. So, I mean, if you're a Terminator fan, I think you would be pretty happy with that release. Winman says, does Hot Toys ever specify what figures use what kind of silicone? I don't think they specifically, they specify leather or fake leather. Shouldn't be a mystery about materials used. Well, I think Hot Toys does say when it's genuine leather. So I know with the T-800, genuine leather, Artisan Bucky, genuine leather. What else was marketed as genuine leather? Was it the Indiana Jones genuine leather? Was that jacket? So I feel like they do make a point when it's genuine leather. But I don't know if they've ever specifically said, and I'll be honest, do I read the back of the box? No, I read the instructions, but I don't read the back of the box. So I'm not entirely sure. I understand the criticism, but we should give options so they know what direction to go in. Not greasy drowned rat hair. I think that's a pretty good bit of instruction to them. As I say, when I think of Gal as Wonder Woman, I think like we've got the curls, there's a little bit of volume to the hair. It's not looking like wet and flat like that. Mike says, thanks for the update on shipping. I'm unfortunately out $60 NRD, so I guess I got to ride this out. Yeah, I understand that. That's fair enough. Scarlet Witch is a good choice. She has wrestler's hair right now. Yuck. I don't know what that means, wrestler's hair. I think I met this Inart Wonder Woman last time I was in Vegas. Oh, she cost me a Rolex and my buffet ticket. Not a buffet ticket. Was it a good buffet? Anthony says, I like the WB100 hair, but when Justin put them next to each other, it did look a little poofy, maybe just because Inart's is so limp. I still preferred the WB100. He put them side by side, and I still thought, to me, I thought that was a better looking head sculpt. Because with the WB100, if it's poofy, you can put a bit of product and you can slick it down yourself. If it's looking like this, where it's already heavy in product, like, what are you doing? Are you taking her to the basin, little bit of shampoo, little bit of conditioner to wash it all out and start again? Like, I don't want to do that. I'd rather be in a position where I potentially need to add a little bit of product. But when you put too much product, you can't take that away. So I would always prefer less product, and then if I want to tweak it, I can. Then it being taken to a point where you're literally washing figure hair. If I am at a point in my life where I have to get a figure and wash its hair, I'm out. I'm sorry, I'm out. I don't even like washing my own hair. I'm not going to sit there washing a 6-scale figure sculpt head. I'm just not. As far as the look of the hair, does anyone know of a good 6-scale salon so I can take her for a quick blow dry? Well, I mean, I'm sure there's someone in China or Korea who would happily do that for you for something US dollars plus 5% PayPal fee. Mitchell Lawrence says, Battle Damage T-800 came out great. I can't wait to get that in hand. The whole T2 line is coming home. Oh, cool. Yeah, I am kind of interested because I did see someone make a comment that they had pre-ordered the clean one like a couple of days ago, but then seeing the battle damaged one, they were feeling a little bit of FOMO. And this is where I'd be like, I don't know, to me, I'd be like, why not both? Yeah, I would struggle if I was into that Terminator line. I would struggle picking between the two. I know for me, even with like the Iron Man Mark 85, I needed both. The battle damage was so iconic for the snap, but then I wanted the clean version as well. So I think sometimes you just got to get both, I think. But anyway, this hair is not it. Someone with much nicer hair, Legolas. So Inart dropped their video showing Legolas, so I'm going to assume this is going to start dropping, but not influencer batch, guys. No influencer batch. Remember that, please. Influencer batch doesn't exist. But I have to say, I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings Hobbit person. I know who Orlando Bloom is and what he looks like. And I'm looking at this and thinking, it looks pretty nice. I think there's a lot to like about Legolas. And I think this line in general with Gandalf and, oh God, I can picture him. What's his name? Aragorn. I was going, you saw, when I was in Hong Kong, I was in a mall and there was like just boxes of Aragorn figures just sitting in a hallway. And I just went, oh, if Western people could be here now, they would lose their minds at all the Aragorns just sitting in the hallway of this mall. But it's a nice looking line, I have to say. Has anyone pre-ordered the Siberian Customs Daywalker? I don't know, but that's their blade figure. It looks fantastic. I think is it 900 US? Fair enough, fully custom, and I think it is quite a limited release. It's very impressive. I think last week they showed the pictures of it. It looks very nice, but yeah, very XY. Excuse me. Natalie says, I've got the Terminator T100 and I love it. I've used to make the policeman with the glasses. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. You got another body. Nice. And I do miss those days where you would get, I think of like the DX1 where you had like the purple coat Joker, but then you got the full police outfit and the sculpt, and you could just get a second body, and then you had two whole figures. I miss those days. I feel like it doesn't happen much. So if it does happen where you can get a 2-for-1, I feel like particularly with the price of Hot Toys nowadays, like that's a good day when you can easily make a second figure. AJ says, I've got both T-800s on the way and I have a DX10800, so I'm all in on Terminator. Oh, that's cool. I really wish that, I've said this before, that Hot Toys would do like a 6 scale like Harley Davidson Fat Boy, because I feel like not only would that be cool for Terminator, you could use it for Black Widow or Cap. I really like 6 scale motorcycles because they're not a huge vehicle, like very space friendly. You could fit it in a DTOF. And I do often think of like the Terminator on the motorbike, and I think that would be so cool. So if not them, third party someone, if you're out there, I think a lot of people would be liking some motorcycles right about now. Figure It Out has 3 T100s, wow, 2 battle damaged T800s, and 2 clean T800s. Wow, that is a lot of money. But you know what? I don't know if I said this on the stream. I bought myself a custom Joker head sculpt. So my first ever fully custom painted, rooted hair, John Woo mob scene Joker. It looks phenomenal. It's not cheap. It's like about $1,000 Australian. It's a lot of money. But when I saw that sculpt on the DX33, it was just perfect. And I couldn't stop thinking about it. And in my mind, and I think it might have been Bob who helped me justify it. And I was like, he's so true, because Bob is a wise one. He's like, so you forego like just 2 standard figure releases and then you have this custom head sculpt. And I was like, I would. Like if I looked at my pre-orders, I think I could easily pick off 2 figures and go, no, instead of those, I'll get this head sculpt. So if you love it, you love it. And I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like if you love it, you would sacrifice other things to get the things that you want. So I totally get it. Legolas uses the Woodland Realm elf shampoo. Well, I wish he would share some of that with Gal. or whatever his routine is, because his hair's looking pretty nice. Legolas has got the good hair, and I'm here for it. Oh, figure it out, ordered the Daywalker, 70 worldwide. Wow, okay. I'm sure that's going to be amazing when it comes out. Ben Allen's here. Hello, all. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm good. I hope you are too. Happy Friday to you. Figure Out also has the Siberian Customs Jack Slater incoming. That's big ball of money. That's all I'll say. I think that custom figures will be the new artisan tier since the price gap between mass retail and high-end customs has almost disappeared. I mean, that's a really good point, Uncarded Reviews. I know in my time collecting Hot Toys, the prices have gone up significantly. For me, a release would typically be maybe 300 Australian dollars. Now, I'm incredibly shocked if anything's coming in under 5. Something like a die-cast Iron Man is probably going to be more around the 700 mark. And I guess that's the thing, like, you're not wrong. You know, for me to get like an artisan figure, I'm probably looking at about $800-900 Australian, which is like the custom head sculpt. So I think you might be right. And I think with those custom artists, you're probably going to get characters and IPs that a lot of these bigger manufacturers are probably not going to touch. Of course, the Legolas with the good hair is not on my PO list. I'm sorry. I do think Pop Culture has him. I'm just sponsor me, Pop Culture. No, just joking. I don't want to be sponsored by everyone because I want to be able to speak my mind. But I feel like they should give me some referral code of go to Pop Culture and use this code for pennies or something. Pop Culture, fun fact, on my birthday, and I don't know if this is a thing they always do, they gave me 500 reward points, which was lovely. Thank you, Pop Culture. Appreciate that. Bobby Dillon, he's the nicest guy in collecting. Thank you, Bob. Bob's gifted 26-scale Shiro membership. So if you received one, congratulations to you. If you received one, you can watch my special members-only video of Shuri, Virtual Pats with Shuri, as requested by Keith Lee. So when you're finished with this stream, you can go to my channel homepage and there's a section of members-only videos. Well, video, singular. Virtual Pats with Shuri. But I was thinking I might do a little series of some cute little Shuri videos. I might do virtual drinks with Shuri next because she likes to drink water from a glass because she's a lady. So maybe virtual drinks with Shuri will be next. But Bob, thank you. That's incredibly kind. You're the man, Bob. He really is. JB says, I have the Siberian Customs Simon Phoenix Wesley Snipes. It's really good. Oh, that's cool. Sharon, you always have to bring up the Star Wars. Why? Hey, hope you're doing good today. I've had issues with my artisan Luke Dark Empire hair when attaching the head. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I cannot help you, though, because I'm terrible at hair. Maybe Bob might have some tips. But Bob Father strikes again. He really does. Helen, that's a great idea. You should hit them up a $10 off code or something. I wish. Like, I asked them once upon a time if they would come on Collectors Unite, and they ghosted me. So I have been wondering if I should hit them up again to see if I can maybe do a pre-recorded interview with them. I would love to do a pre-recorded interview with them. So maybe I should just hit them up and see what they say. I mean, the worst they can do is ghost me for a second time, right? Hope it's okay to say Bob Dylan is a great guy and a true inspirational figure for me in this hobby. That's totally okay to say, Dr. No, because I would 100% agree with you. Bob is the nicest guy in collecting. I will physically fight anyone who wants to debate that point with me because I've met Bob and he is even nicer in person. So I don't know that, like, I feel like my mum is like God tier nicest person and Bob is like a whisker behind her. And I didn't think anybody would like reach my mum level, but Bob's like, it's like neck and neck. Bob's amazing. Um, Paul Morales is here. Hello, everybody. Well, hello to you. I don't know what this comment is. Rudy's 16 World don't get blocked. Have I missed comments? I don't think I have. Helen, now that you've had your channel up for a while, can you really throw your weight around and finally get the phrase, do you know who I am? Look, no. I don't feel like that's the Australian way. I don't know. I don't think I ever could, because people even have said to me, like, why don't you get a code through Kit? And I just feel like me going, hi, Kit. You know me as a customer, but I have a very small YouTube channel where I very sporadically make videos. Would you give me a discount code? I just couldn't do it. I'd just be so, like, no. It's just not, like, I just couldn't do it. So I totally, do you know who I am? No, I don't expect anybody to know who I am. I'm shocked when people know who I am. Like, legitimately, like, when people with bigger YouTube channels, like, watch or comment on my stuff, I'm shocked. I'm like, oh, didn't know you knew I was a thing. So no, I don't know that I would ever get to that stage. People probably know who Shuri is. Maybe I should send Shuri there because she's just cute as a button. But no, I just don't feel like it's a very Australian thing to do. It's not our way. Miss Batwoman's here. Happy Friday, Helen, Shuri, and everyone. Well, I hope she comes back. She was here earlier. I don't know where she's gone now, but I was saying, Miss Batwoman, I was thinking of doing another Shuri members video for people. Because, you know, Lord, I don't do any other actual figure videos anymore. I just am going to be, this is now a cat channel. This channel is now all about Shuri. Oh, the Broke Collector, that's so kind. 19.99 super chat, my goodness. Let's get Shuri a cat collar camera. We all want the Shuri cam. It's funny. Someone had said to me once, would you ever consider, like, putting a camera on her so you would know, like, you could see what she does during the day? And part of me was like, no, because I feel like I wouldn't do anything. But also, part of me doesn't want to know. Like, live your best life, Shuri. If I'm not here, go nuts. Do whatever you want to do. But I do. She's so cute. So maybe. I don't even know how much a cat collar camera would cost, but I do feel like Shuri needs more representation on my channel, and I feel like that's probably the one perk I can give my members. So I would love a Shuri appearance video. Yeah. Dagito, when are you and Natalie G going to make a show? Well, I mean, the last time Natalie G was in the comments, which was maybe a couple of weeks ago, I did say to her, if she ever wants to come on the stream, the invitation is open. I would love to stream with Natalie G. I think she's awesome. I wish she'd make her own YouTube channel, but I appreciate that it's a lot of work, and I don't even do that good a job of running my own YouTube channel, so I'm not going to sit here and preach at other people. But no, I'd love it. Like, Natalie, I don't know if you're watching this replay, live, whatever, like, invitation is there. Whenever you'd like to come on, I'd absolutely love to have you on as a guest on the stream. So yeah, I would love that. So maybe one day we can make it happen. But I think it's a 12-hour time difference. So I get it. Like, when I'm streaming, it's when a lot of people are at work, and that's the challenge that I have. I've had people in the US invite me to be on streams, and, you know, you do the time difference and you're like, I'd love to, but it's the middle of my workday. So unfortunately I can't. So that's the thing being in Australia. It makes life a little bit tricky for teeing things up like that. Legolas looks awesome. I have him on PO. Shame no magnets on the feet. Well, I should have said that about the Wonder Woman. Sorry, we've not spoken about Legolas. The Wonder Woman, no magnets on the base. And the crotch grabber is this pretty gnarly looking metal thing. I don't know how I feel about that. I would worry about the metal, scratching the silicone body. I don't know. Hi on Figures is here. Hi, Helen. Just jumped on. Are you getting any Inart figures? I have the Inart Joker 2-pack deluxe. I am waiting for more Dark Knight trilogy figures, if I'm honest. Nothing that they have announced or released has been a figure that I've wanted or from a line. Shuri, the people are asking about you. Oh, really? We need to get, what we need to do? We need to get Shuri a little wireless mic so you guys can hear her. So for me, as I said earlier, like I'm not particularly starting any new lines, but they've talked about an Anne Hathaway Catwoman. If that is good, I would be interested in that. I would definitely be interested in a Dark Knight. If they were to do like a Ra's al Ghul, that would be amazing because I would really love a licensed Ra's al Ghul figure. But that's probably where my main interest in art lies. I think the other thing that if they did, I'd be interested in is a Zoe Kravitz Catwoman. That's another one because I have the Battinson, the Hot Toys version though. So I would love a Zoe Kravitz Catwoman. So yeah, they've just not made a lot of stuff that is of interest to me. I'd really hoped by now we would have had a companion piece for the Joker. But we have not. Are you going to jump up? You can come say hello. I got so excited. Shuri's little head was like right here. I thought she was going to jump up, but changed her mind. So yeah, as I say, so I've got the Rooted 2-pack deluxe, and since then, nothing, because I just, as I say, the Dark Knight's the main line I collect. They're not getting Marvel licenses, so that's the other big line I collect. So the Dark Knight trilogy, if they're producing figures that I believe are superior to what I have, then I would definitely be interested in them. But otherwise, not at this point. And how long have I had the Joker for? I feel like I've had the Joker for a couple of years now. So that's a while. I think I missed it. Price aside's thought on JND Two-Face. Oh my God. I want that JND Two-Face. It's like $1,400 Australian and I want it. I think that Two-Face figure looks phenomenal. Use your pronunciation. Of all the JND figures they've done, which admittedly, it's a lot of dude in a suit, right? It's a lot of dude in a suit from JND. That Two-Face might be the best dude in a suit figure ever, full stop. That sculpt, like, I looked at the pictures and I thought it looked lovely. And then Figure Hideout did that little preview video. And watching the detail in the video, I was like, oh my God, I want this. So yeah, I think that Two-Face looks incredible. And I don't want to be a person that's dropping $1,400 on a figure, but it looks so good. I got the Hot Toys 2.0 last year, and this is like blows it out of the water. I think just the Two-Face on its own, I would be content with that, whatever version that is. But it's a lot of money. That's more than what I paid for the 89 Batmobile. I'm seriously, and I'm like, who am I? I'm spending $1,000 on a custom Joker sculpt. I blame you, Bob. You hear that, guys? Helen's resistance is crumbling. Do it. Yeah, Bob was still trying to tag me into the John Wick toupees the other day. He's not only the nicest guy in collecting, he's also the most persistent guy in collecting. But I can't argue because look how good that camo tumbler shelf looks. And that was Bob. He enabled me to get that armory. Helen wasn't going to get that. On Carter Reviews, that's very kind. Since Carlos Burgos isn't here, I'll say his usual announcement. Please hit the like button. I mean, I'd appreciate it. We've gone almost an hour, and Lord knows I haven't told you to hit the like button because it's free. I'm here keeping you entertained on a Friday. Maybe subscribe because we're going to give away some Tim Tams soon. They're delicious. Like, comment, subscribe, bell notification icon. I don't even say it when I do make videos. I don't know. Like, does that make you want to do the thing when they tell you hit the like? I don't know. But if you wanted to, that'd be great. Once Figure Hideout does his review, that may come home along with Catwoman. Even his preview video looked so good. Like the preview video, and I couldn't get over like when he's like squishing the face. That's when you're like, the level of detail they've gotten into that silicone is impressive. Like, I have to, as I say, I take my hat off to them because it is dude in a suit, but this is like god tier dude in a suit. Their Two-Face is incredible. Oh, Anthony says I PO'd JND Two-Face 2-pack. Can't wait for my first JND figure. Oh, 2-pack is nice. Bob, she's not wrong. No, you're not. I'm not wrong, Bobby, but I still love you. It's fine. The JND Two-Face is the definitive, and because Dark Knight is your main line, you should get it. The new technology justifies. I know I resisted their Joker. I resisted the Bruce Wayne and Power Pose Batman. I resisted the Catwoman, even though I would really like to update my Hot Toys 1.0. But that Two-Face is something else. But then where I have my Two-Face is like the back row of the display. And so if I was going to get it, I was rethinking like where do I put it? Because that can't be the back hidden away. So then I was thinking like where I've got the black tumbler, where I've got the Armory and Bruce, I was going, could I make that a bit of a Dark Knight shelf? Because I've got like 3 Jokers in a cupboard. Could I do something with the Batman, the Two-Face, and the Joker? Because you think of it when they're having the soiree at Bruce's apartment. Maybe, I don't know. No kids equals disposable income to spend on figures. Well, I mean, I just have a fur kid, so yeah, I hear you. It's what was that on Twitter? It used to be hashtag child free. That hashtag used to keep me very entertained. One moment, please. I think this is funny. So can I take from this sidetracking a conversation that no one really cares about Legolas? As I say, it's not a figure for me, but I was like, I discussed the figure news, as you know, even if it's Star Wars Trekgate that doesn't interest me, or this stuff. But I do think it looks nice. I don't know if anybody's getting it, they're interested in it, but I looked at this short video that Inart put out, and I have to say, I thought it was an impressive looking figure. I think the tailoring on some of these Lord of the Ring figures, there's obviously a lot of different layers, you've got different cloaks and whatnot, and I do think all of them are looking nice. Again, credit where it's due. I do think these figures are looking pretty good. Uncarded Review says, as an Anne Hathaway aficionado, I must say the JND Kojun Catwoman figures are the definitive versions. As again, I don't want to be dropping JND money on so many things. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting lured to the dark side. And then next thing you know, all this will be sold and my collection will be like 4 custom figures because I've spent $84,000 on them. High Figure says, I have the JND Joker and Two-Face on order. I'm strongly considering their Batman Armory. Catwoman, I can pass, I think. See, a Batman that you can't articulate is a no from me. I love Lord of the Rings, and Inart is awesome, but it's too expensive to collect them all. Yeah, I can understand that. The price point is high, and this is where I often will cry about the Australian dollar and the exchange rate, because I feel like most of these Inart figures are around the $700-800 mark. They ain't cheap. AJ says, I think he came out awesome and I can't wait till I get him. I'm just digging out for the last few months of figure backlog, so I'm not the most excited about this. Oh, fair enough. I know you had a lot of things that you're unboxing, AJ, so that's fair enough. Oh, Bobby, you only need the Type A Two-Face. It's basically an Inart price. It was $1,300. I think it might have even been $13.99. That's like more than the John Woo head sculpt. I don't know, Bob. Like, Bob is the angel and the devil on your shoulder, I think, sometimes. But again, you were right about that armory. Credit where it's due. I am getting Legolas. It looks great to me. I hope Frodo and Sam are coming soon. It's the Nazgul, right? That's the other Lord of the Rings hobbity thing that they have. On pre-order. Two-Face is now sold out today. I checked on JND's website. You don't have to buy just from JND's website. There's other websites. But as I said, I liked what I saw of Legolas. Is it for me? 100% no. The one thing I do want to talk about is the assembly required with Inart figures. I was watching this video and the amount of times they were there with their little tweezers, and I appreciate people are wanting the fancy toolkit set. I don't know who got it, why they got it, why they're not selling them. Who knows? Inart works in mysterious ways. Watching people having to thread these straps through buckles and then use hooks to hook things on, there's got to be a better way. And I know people who got the Batman figure that really said having to put together all the belts and the straps and all that, the holsters, like that was not fun. I would worry about if you decide to change the look for this figure and you're constantly having to thread through and unthread through, that this is going to get damaged with time. So I really kind of don't get why they can't just have the buckles and the hooks in place and then have a way that it just like has a press stud or something at the back that attaches it. Like, are you going to have Legolas back displayed? Probably not. So I would have thought having some kind of press stud or some hook at the back where you just unhook it once, you take it off, you put on the cloak, you take off the cloak, you hook it back together. I would have thought that's a much better system than I'm threading this little bit of leather through a buckle and then I've got to hook a thing on. Because even watching them hook the thing on, sorry, I know, amazing terminology. You can just picture exactly what I'm talking about. I just kept thinking, is this going to get damaged with time? So I think that's the one thing with Inart is, because I even know when I got my Joker figure, like I felt like I had to take off all the layers to get the head sculpt on. I know with the Batman, a lot of people didn't like how much assembly was required. Looking at this, just have everything set in place aesthetically at the front. I actually really like that about the way Hot Toys did the John Wick 4 belt. You don't have the traditional buckle you've got to feed through. The belt is just one piece at the front, and then there's a bit of Velcro at the back. It makes it super easy to take it on and off again. I think focus more on the aesthetics at the front and make the functionality to take it on and off easier for people, because I can just picture, oh, I got my Legolas and the snap broke or the hook scratched this. So I even saw someone today like scratch the paintwork on like one of their Wolverines trying to take the arms out. Like, not everyone knows how to handle figures or has the delicate touch. I wouldn't want to be threading this thing in and out all the time. I have to say, I don't love that aspect of this figure. That's the one thing where I'm just like, Inart, like, think of the longevity and the functionality of this. I can guarantee you 99% of people not sitting at home with gloves with their tiny little intricate tweezers doing this as delicately as you did in the video. With JND Studios, you don't need any other versions unless you go full custom. As soon as I receive my Kojun versions, I will replace all other versions. They are no longer needed. You're a true collector, uncarded reviews. You're a true collector. I don't know. I wouldn't feel that way about John Wick, but I don't want to spoil the conversation we're going to have soon. Oh man, assembling the Michael Jackson was not a fun experience either. OC, I have appreciation for a figure that does not require a lot of assembly, I'm not gonna lie. Same with Paul. Oh, really? I didn't realize there was that issue with the Paul Atreides as well. Like, I got my Hot Toys, the Batman. I took him out of the box and it was just like, do I want to swap the head sculpt or not? Like, everything was on him and I appreciated that. Iron Logan popped over a couple of weeks ago and he was saying to me as well, like, he likes his Inart the Batman a lot, but he did say, like, having to put all the parts on was a pain. I don't want to go through that. Dr. No says, I have the Nazgul and Horse coming too. I had to cancel a lot of figures as I am on a budget. That's fair enough. I mean, sometimes you got to adult. I can totally respect that. Honestly, this reminds me of my 2 Asma's Lord of the Rings figure, which have self-tie shirts and things. It was a bit much when I had to tie knots on those. Oh, really? Yeah, that doesn't sound like fun. I don't want to be tying knots on things. So the Legolas video came out, which means releasing soon. How big will the batch be? How long will it take? I don't know. I'm still quite intrigued to know, has things like the Joker fully released? Like the Joaquin Phoenix Joker 2-packs and 4-packs, are they fully released? I assume the Harry Potter figures... Oh, no, they're not, because Kit said he'd only received a small amount of the Hermione's. So I don't know. How are they going? Is anything fully released of their figures that they've released this year? I'm wondering, maybe like the Ron Weasley. I don't think that had a huge number of units made. But I do wonder, like the Paul Atreides, the Joker, those figures that they released in Q1, are they all out? Are they still going? I'd love to know. I would love to know. T-800. Wow, I think this is going to be a long stream. So Hot Toys, blogger photo to the T-800 battle damaged figure. I think this looks phenomenal. There is so much to like about this figure. This outfit is genuine leather, which I think is going to make a lot of people happy. Was it the DX13, the previous version of this? So I'm assuming perhaps that was pleather and not leather. But I think it's great that we're getting real leather. You've got swap out silicone arms. You've got the 2 head sculpts. I saw this and I just thought it was phenomenal. I really, as I said earlier, between the Wolverine and the Artisan Black Widow and this T-800, I think Hot Toys is just at their best with their recent releases. And I think if you're getting any 3 of those figures, you should be incredibly happy with them. I know Arnie, beloved actor, Terminator, huge franchise. So I can only imagine people who are getting this must be super stoked. As I said, I looked at these pictures, and I know blogger photos can be divisive, but as I scrolled through, I was just looking at it going, I think it looks good in all these photos. So many swap out parts, so many accessories. Like the diorama base is cool as well. Like both the T-800 and T-8000 come with some pretty cool diorama bases as well. So I think it's awesome that they're revisiting some of these older franchises and giving people these updated figures. I think it's awesome. Cousin Anthony's here. Happy Friday, everyone. Howie Claus dropping heat. Howie Claus has been on a bit of a roll. Young Howie Claus. Although I have to say, I was hoping Howie Claus might have given us a few more John Wick Chapter 1 photos, but he did give me enough last week to keep me on the edge of my seat. I'm very excited about John Wick Chapter 1. Looks great. Arnie BD coming home. Yeah, I think it looks fantastic. It was interesting. I saw some people making comments about the eyes, and I just think some collectors can never be happy because some of these figures that have come out, like anyone who's pointing out issues with the Black Widow or this, I'm really just like, I don't know what more you want because I think these are pretty spot on. I'm getting the BD T-800, but to be honest, might like the DX13 better, or at least it's close. Oh, really? I know some people had the DX13 who said they were happy with that and weren't necessarily looking to upgrade. So I do wonder, now that the blogger photos have come out, now that we're going to start seeing some reviews, I do wonder if their minds might change, because as you guys would know, I very famously, for the longest time, would say, I'm not doing 2.0s with the Dark Knight line. I'm not doing it. And now your girl's got a lot of 2.0s. And I, by my own admission, go, as much as trying to sell older figures is a pain, it's very difficult. I don't even know if I can be bothered doing it. Those upgraded figures are such a huge step up. Like, I know the JND Two-Face is the standard, but the Hot Toys 2.0 was a big step up from the 1.0. The Bane is a phenomenal step up. The DX33 Joker compared to all the other Jokers. Even the new Armory Batman, like, seriously, the improvements that they've made are fantastic. And I think if there is a line which is like your definitive, it's my number one IP, which the Dark Knight trilogy is for me, that's where I'm like, okay, I will make those updates, because I can't think of any 2.0 I've gotten in that trilogy line that I've not just thought was a huge update and that I've not been super happy with. Even in my Avengers line, like, I got the 2012 Endgame cap and I love it. Like, I gave away my original Avengers cap because the Endgame one was just phenomenal. It looks so much better. So these 2.0s are a big step up most of the time, I have to say. Han Figure says, I'm pretty happy with the T-800 for $300. It's more than satisfactory. I roll my eyes at complaints. What more do you want? Never satisfy these people. That's what gets me, because I look at this and I'm like, I don't know what more you want. Because to me, I think this looks pretty incredible. The Catwoman ... Oh, you're right. The 2.0 Catwoman, I didn't get that one either. But yeah, you're right, Bob. That one was probably one that was not the best update, which is a shame, because I worry about the longevity of my 1.0. And even when I was in Hong Kong, they had that on sale, and I still was just like, no, I don't think I want it. But you're right. They did Anne Hathaway bad with that 2.0, but maybe we're back to waiting for Inart. I don't know. As I say, if they do a decent Anne Hathaway Catwoman, I'll be back on the bus with them. Otherwise, I will not. Dr. No, Joker 2 and 4 pack is fully released. I'm still waiting for Hermione. Oh, okay. It is fully released. Interesting. I wasn't sure. The Broke Collector says, I have the DX10. It still looks amazing. That's the only Terminator representation that I need in my collection. But these ones are great for those who missed out. And that's the thing as well. Like, a lot of people might be new to the hobby. So I think even when I was resisting 2.0s, I was never mad about them, because other people come into the hobby. They might have missed the boat. Some figures are really hard to find on the secondary market. So for me, if it gives people a second chance, I don't particularly have a problem with them. I'm not buying these thinking it's an investment I'm going to sit on and flip and retire and be rich for the rest of my life. Like, I'm not thinking Hot Toys are an investment. Sorry, my throat's still being... It's fine. I'll be happy when all the cold weather and rain is finally gone. I just want some nice springtime weather. But look at this guy. He looks so good. As I say, swap out silicone arm for the, I'm going to call it the partially blown up arm. Genuine leather outfit, a whole bunch of weapons. I don't know what more you could want from this figure. I think it looks fantastic. I really do. Guys, the main event. The main event is here. You all know I love a John Wick figure. And when I thought this was going to be a slow news week, I was like, I'm going to make the feature act of this stream John Wick versus JND Kojun Works figures. Let's do a comparison, an analysis. Let's talk about it, because I think it's quite interesting. So here we have the John Wick Chapter 4 side by side. I think the Kojun Works John Wick looks like an Australian basketball player that no one would have heard of. His name is Chris Goulding. He used to have long hair. And in maybe 10 years' time, when he starts to grey, I imagine he's going to look like the Kojun Works John Wick figure. For now, who is this? I don't particularly know. But as I said, I wanted to deep dive between these two figures because I absolutely love that Hot Toys just went. We don't care that it's 11 o'clock in Hong Kong on a Friday night. JND, we're gonna rain on your parade and tease our John Wick Chapter 1, which includes an artisan version. And I'm here for it, Howie. You rain on anyone's parade you want to. I'm here for you. If you also want to make an Okoye, that would be brilliant, Howard. I'd really love that too. All John Wick figures ever made by any company hasn't been good, let's be honest. Look, has anyone 100% nailed the Keanu likeness? No. But I personally think Hot Toys is closer than J&D. Bob says, since Kojun uses silicone, can I remold the face to be more accurate? I mean, that would be like literally like kind of like the Face Off movie. Does anyone remember that movie? That was a long time ago, that movie. The Kojun Works looks more like a real person, but it doesn't look like Keanu Reeves. Yeah. No, it looks like Australian basketball player Chris Goulding in about 10 years' time. This is why I keep my Howard in the Wick shelf. Oh, do you? Oh, Howie. Oh, Howie. The Kojun John Wick 4 looks rough. It sure does. Looks like Tom Cruise in The Last Samurai. Maybe if the hair was a bit longer. Was his hair longer in that? I loved Face Off. Oh, cool. I used to really love Nicolas Cage when I was a teenager. I think before I realised how kooky he was, because maybe I didn't really have the internet, Face Off is one of the most bonkers films I've seen. It's classic. Looks like Alan Rickman. Oh! I don't know about that. Still one of my all-time favorites. Con Air, Face Off, like it was an era. Maybe Kojun was forward-thinking going from John Wick Chapter 9. I mean, there's been rumors of like a John Wick 5. I don't know how likely that is to happen, but if it happens, like J&D's already got the sculpt done. I think Hot Toys beat J&D, but we'll have to wait until they both come out and figures are in hand. J&D weapons are lackluster. Need more. Also locking the dog behind the 2-packers a week. Look, I'm hoping Hot Toys gives us a dog. I'm not going to lie. Oh, Bobby, and yes, I do have face-off figures with miniature faces. Of course you do. Of course you do. Bob has everything. I might order Russell Brand. Russell Brand's another good one. I do. I'm totally seeing The Last Samurai now. So let's enter my feature presentation of this evening. Hot Toys versus Kojun Works John Wick. Let's discuss. John Wick Chapter 4. I appreciate that I seem to be quite a rare species in that I like this head sculpt. I know there's a lot of people that don't. I also liked the John Wick 2 head sculpt. Again, appreciate a lot of people don't. Had people say to me, Helen, doesn't look like Keanu Reeves. Who is this? But I'm sorry, who is this guy on the right? That's not Keanu Reeves either. So if the Hot Toys one doesn't look like Keanu Reeves, I don't know anybody that I can believe anybody who says, no, the Hot Toys one doesn't look like him, but the J&D one totally does. I don't know if it's the lighting in this image. I'm hoping it's the lighting in this image because the front of the hair almost looks like it has grey in it. And I don't particularly recall John Wick having grey in his hair. I don't know that he does. So I thought, why don't we throw a photo of Keanu in there as well? I picked this photo because I wondered if this was kind of what they were going for with some of the like wrinkles in the face. But as I said, I don't know if it's the lighting or the hair, but grey, I don't think should be there if that is indeed what it is. But for me, when I compare, I think the Hot Toys one looks better to me. Is it maybe a little bit more, would we say idealized, like not as wrinkled? Perhaps. I personally don't mind that. Some people might mind that. Collect what you want, right? That's what we say. But when I looked at a photo of Keanu, I was just like, I just don't know. This Kojun likeness for me, I just don't think it's there. And I just don't know that they're going to update this. So I think if you're not loving this, I wouldn't be expecting them to make a change. Both of these missed the mark. And I've heard people say that. Both of them have said neither of them are good. But I mean, if you had to pick, the only way to better light these sculpts is with a power failure. Oh, I know Bob has strong feelings about the John Wicks. They should have given it to Figure Hideout as part of the PO rollout. Yeah, that's a great comment, JSC, because I was actually originally quite interested in the John Wick Chapter 1, and I think I'd maybe even said to Bob that when I saw Figure Hideout's Two-Face footage, and that made me go, oh my God, I really want it. I was like, if he gets these Wick figures and they look good in his videos, I'm in trouble. I don't know that he can make that look good, because to me, I just don't see John Wick there. They will update it. They may release it first and recall it, but they'll update it. I like your confidence in them, Jim. Anthony says Hot Toys all day. Yeah, I think so too. Because again, John Wick is dude in a suit. And I think we can both say Hot Toys JND will both do a nice suit. JND, will it be a higher quality? Potentially. I don't own any of their figures in hand. From what I've seen on like the Joker, on the Harvey Dent, the tailoring looks really nice. I like the tailoring on the Hot Toy suit. That's what I have in hand. I have two of them. I love the magnetic vest. I love that the jacket has wires in them. I did actually swap out the shirt. I put a Topo shirt in, which I like a little bit more than the Hot Toys one. But I think overall, for me, I like the Hot Toys John Wick Chapter 4. I like the swap out hairpiece. It gives you that option if you want to have a bit more of an action-y pose. I personally think there's a lot to like about the Hot Toys version. I like my John Wick 4 figure so much better since I got the long wig from Kit. Oh, really? You got one of the wigs? There you go. Bobby was trying to influence me into them, but I think they've sold out now. In my opinion, Hot Toys' new John Wick looks better, but I think I'd just settle for it, not because it's a banger like, say, Wolverine. That's fair enough. Someone stole JND Wick guns. He's bare bones. Let Inart do John Wick and they'd smash it out of the park. Well, Inart said they're not doing John Wick. They said they're not doing John Wick, and personally, I think that's a mistake. I think had they come in early on and done a really good John Wick figure, I do think that's something that would have been very popular and would have definitely had people like me interested. But they've said they're not going to do it. So, not happening. Have you seen the Siberian Studios Blade? It's over $800, including shipping. Crazy. I have. It looks phenomenal, though. So, when you're getting fully custom handmade stuff, it comes with a price tag. I think someone was saying there's only 70 being made, so it's incredibly exclusive. If I was to get a Wick, I'd be more tempted by one of the newer figures from the first film, to be fair. The first film was easily my favorite in the series. Yeah, me too. I love Chapter 1. Kit put up a short PO for the wigs again, by the way, last chance. Oh, Bobby. See, the Chapter 4 wig for me looked a bit too long. I don't want to be Helen Hair Salon Studio trimming the hair and do you know what else is really hard to find? A loose John Wick 4 sculpt. Because I had thought, I could get I thought the 2 hair looked pretty good, but you can't find a loose John Wick 4 sculpt. I feel like that's mission impossible. At the moment, Hot Toys new John Wick beats JND. I'm very impressed with the Hot Toys sculpt. My first Hot Toys PO this year. Oh, very cool. Neither figure has the hourglass necktie, so easy pass. Well, Bobby has an hourglass necktie, fun fact. I'm pretty sure that was a custom, but I'm 99.9% sure Bob does have that necktie. And I have to say, the reason why I swapped out my Hot Toy shirt for the Topo shirt, and I think it looks better, is I think you get the collar sitting a lot more like this photo in the middle. So this is a look at the JND figure. As I said, dude in a suit. You get the checkerboard floor base. I'm pretty sure that's magnetic. The one advantage I will say with the JND, as I said, I would expect the tailoring to be a bit higher quality. I do like that you're getting the seamless wrists. And I think that is something that can make a difference with the realism of a John Wick figure. Like a lot of the times you're posing him with the weapons, it can be really hard to conceal those wrist pegs with his shirt or his jacket. So I do think that's a big plus. If you're wanting to do some dynamic poses with him, having the seamless wrist 100%, I do think is a big tick in the column from JND. I'm not going to act like there's no positives to the JND. There definitely is. He does come with some of the similar weapons. I don't think he comes with as many guns as the Hot Toys version. So he's got the nunchucks, he's got the sword, he's got a rifle, he's got a pistol. But I feel like the Hot Toys one had more weapons than what the JND Chapter 4 comes with. Body looks very poseable. It's silicone. We'd expect that. Again, I don't know how durable these silicone bodies are. There's people who have a lot of confidence in them. I feel like until someone's owned one for a few years, I don't know that we really are going to know. Helen is right. Dino did a great sandglass print in the necktie from the poster. I thought you had that. There you go. So as I said, I feel like head sculpt aside, J&D figure does tick a lot of boxes, but for me, I can't look past that head sculpt because for me, it just doesn't look like Keanu. But as I said before, I think this is an example of it does look nice when you have the seamless wrist there for a John Wick figure. Like a lot of those action poses, even subtle ones like this, it is hard to conceal those wrist pegs. So having seamless wrists, I can see that being a plus. I know that's a big thing for some people. Other people don't get as fussed by it. But it is an important thing to note. Like J&D, what do they say? Hyper real collectibles or something like that. And I think something like this does tick that box of does it add that extra bit of realism? 100% it does. So J&D on the left, Hot Toys on the right. That's chapter 4. Chapter 1. So, admittedly, they've gone for different looks. John Wick wears a lot of suits. Just look at Bob's collection. You'll see how many suits he wears. So they've gone for some different looks here. It's fair enough. I do find it interesting that both of the John Wick sculpts are clean for J&D. I don't know, as we established earlier in the stream, I am not a silicone expert. I'm not. So I don't know if painting that battle damage on the sculpt would be difficult, if that would be problematic in any way. I don't know. Hot Toys, they're obviously using a harder plastic, and I think from what I can tell, at least with the John Wick 2 figure, a lot of that blood and battle damage is more painted on. It's not sculpted on. So for me, I look at this and go, okay, we've got different suits. I still look at these two, and I feel like the Hot Toys likeness is stronger. I've gone the wrong way. So here we've got the two versions of John Wick. So Hot Toys is teased. They're doing a sculpted version. They're doing a rooted version. I know there's already people who've talked about the hairlines and the artisan one looks better than the sculpted one. I think it's hard to compare because we didn't get a good full-on, front-on view of the first the chapter 1 head sculpt. The artisan one here, it's on a bit of an angle. So what does that mean for the hairline? We don't particularly know. But when I look at the movie, and this scene in particular where John's is out to kill Russian Theon Greyjoy, this is the hairstyle. This is the look for me. So I do prefer the hairstyle that Hot Toys has picked. I do think of it as a bit more of a, he's got the longer hair behind the ear. I'm not sure that the hairstyle for the JND one is as correct. So Bob, if you're here, this is where I'd love you to chime in. I feel like they've gone for different outfits overall. So Hot Toys, and I'm hoping this is a 2-for-1 where it's going to come with the suit and then you're going to get the turtleneck as a swap out shirt. But I do like that. What I'm guessing will be that option with Hot Toys where you potentially will have your choice of, do you want him in the suit or do you want him in the turtleneck? This suit that JND's gone from, and again, if you're around, Bob, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like this is when he goes into the church and sets everything on fire, which is just such an epic scene. So I feel like they've picked different outfits from the movie. I don't study this stuff as much as other people, so I'm hoping Bob is here to fact check me, because Bob is the Wickspert. What have you pre-ordered? In general, or as far as John Wick figures? Because in general, I have quite a few pre-orders. I've got quite a few in the 89 to 97 Batman space. So the Batman and Robin, the Mr. Freeze. I've got Endgame Scarlet Witch coming in soon. I have Artisan Bucky. I've got some So-So Toys Arrow figures. Jazzant Catwoman. Thunderbolts Yelena. Scarecrow. Definitely got the Scarecrow. What else have I got? Mars Toys Bane. Got that on pre-order. So yeah, I think I've got about probably 13 things on pre-order now. Wanda's on her way. So that's the main pre-orders I have. They didn't even get the shirt color right on the Kojun shirt. That's the easiest part of the figure. Well, that's interesting you say that, Bob, because I was looking at photos, and for me, I thought the shirt looked more black. I didn't think it was navy blue. But then I wasn't sure if this was one of those situations of, was there some kind of color grading? Because I know in John Wick 2, I sometimes debate, is the shirt black or is it navy blue? So I wasn't sure if this was that situation. But if Bob says that's not the right color, I would go with Bob. Now, the chapter 1 looks surprisingly good to me. It looks really good. Both of these are much better than the last two. The JND one looks a bit like Jared Leto. Oh, and Keanu Reeves fussed into one person. Oh, interesting. I still think this looks like Chris Goulding, who no one knows. Keith's here, TJF, currently driving, so can't participate. Just wanted to say hi. Well, hello to you, and definitely, if you are driving, focus on the road, drive safe, and I hope you're doing well, Keith. Have a happy Friday. JND is someone else. Hot Toys is the winner. I think so, and this is the thing. I feel like Keanu Reeves is one of those likenesses that people struggle to 100% nail. So I think in this race, are either perfect? No. And I think this is where the conversation is more, which one looks the better of the two? And I have to say, with both Chapter 4 and Chapter 1, I do feel like that's Hot Toys. Regardless of price, regardless of other elements, if we're looking at the head sculpts, the likeness, I do favour the Hot Toys ones. And I've had this conversation, sorry, Bob, block your ears. I'm still a lover of sculpted hair. It comes out of the box. I don't have to do anything with it. I'm still a fan of sculpted hair, and Hot Toys does give me that option. Hot Toys went for the movie poster look from the end of the third act, probably the most iconic. Ben says, I think Artisan will have the full suit. This is what I'm waiting for, because I was very mindful that the sculpted images had the turtleneck and the artisan had the suit. And I was like, don't put the suit behind an artisan paywall because artisan's really hard for me to get in Australia. Platinum is easier to paint on. Dr. No, I don't know if you're behind or if you're saying that as part of this JND discussion. I don't know. Maybe only sculpted will have the turtleneck. I hope not. I hope, as I said, I hope it has that option. I hope it comes with the suit and you just get the turtleneck loose if you want to swap out. Because if that's the case, I'm getting two. I want both looks. I want to buy two of these. So please, Howard, give me both outfit options with the one figure. That would be amazing. Bob says, Kojun tried to do the grey suit, yes, from the church shootout. Not the most memorable outfit-wise, but they got the sling of his rifle wrong as well. Oh, really? Bobby, why J&D not getting you to consult on these John Wick figures? But they did a good job getting his watch right. Many people do it wrong. Oh, okay, that's fair enough. Solid picks. I share some of yours, but the Winter Soldier looks good. I don't have. Well, no, because I wanted this. I wanted the 2.0 stealth Captain America, and then I was like, I want the Bucky. So once I got the Bucky, I also got that. So that's another thing I have on pre-order. I'm not bothered about the turtleneck. I prefer Wick with the shirt and tie. I don't know. He's a bit of a badass when he wears that turtleneck. Takes out Russian Theon Greyjoy. That's pretty epic. Hot Toys John Wick 4 I have, and their John Wick 1 is coming home. Yeah, I'm not joking when I say if both outfit options come with the sculpted I'm getting to. My current best John Wick has sculpted hair. So no hate coming from me. Oh, Bobby, really? Which one? Send me a photo. Show me what you think is your best one. Turtleneck is iconic and unique to me. Yeah, I agree with you, JB, because when I was putting together my John Wick display, I've got pictures on my Instagram, and I was like, I don't know why I landed on 3. I was like, what are my 3 favorite, most iconic looks for John Wick? And the turtleneck was up there. So I have the turtleneck suit. I have the John Wick 2 suit, which I've got the Topo version, and I've mentioned previously I'm now going to combine things from Kento, Topo, and Hot Toys to try to make my ultimate John Wick 2. And then I've got the John Wick 4. Because I feel like John Wick 2, the all black, I think it's a navy blue shirt though, with the tie pin, the slick back hair. Incredible. The turtleneck, I also loved. So for me, I'm like, I am very partial to the turtleneck look. And Topo did do a really good job with their turtleneck suit, I have to say. I do really like that. But then I also love this sculpt because I'm thinking, because I've wanted a nice slick back haired John Wick sculpt for my John Wick 2 kit bash. So again, assuming that the battle damage paint is just painted on, could I get this repainted clean and it becomes a John Wick 2 head sculpt? That's what I'm thinking. He took out more people with the shirt and tie. Look, he took out Russian Theon Greyjoy in the turtleneck. John Wick 2 was a purplish shirt. Look, there's times I watch that movie where I'm convinced it's black. There's times I watch that movie and I'm convinced it's a very dark blue. I have to say, I swapped out the black shirt on the Topo suit with their navy one, and I do like it just to kind of break up all the black. But if Hot Toys ever gives us an Eve Macaro, I'm then going to use whatever leftover black shirt, tie, jacket, pants to do a ballerina John Wick. I'm going to have a whole world of John Wick, I've decided. This is my grand plan. So as I said, for me, when I look at Keanu, I look at the style of the hair. I think Hot Toys has done a pretty good job. Like everywhere where I'm seeing a very noticeable gash in his face, I'm seeing that on their sculpt as well. So for me, I again, I have to lean towards Hot Toys for the likeness. So this is a bit of a zoomed out look. As I said, JND, bit of a different suit. As Bob said, probably not the right color for the shirt. I do give the edge accessory-wise, JND, including the dog. I really want Hot Toys to give us the dog. If Hot Toys gives us a dog, send the other contestant home. This is over. I really want the dog, and that's probably the only part of the JND one at this stage, which I really am interested in. I don't know if anybody's selling that dog loose, but I personally, I want that dog accessory. 3 different suit looks. As I say, John Wick, he's a dapper dude. He wears a lot of different suits, different looks, but I do like the looks Hot Toys has done. As I said, I've got no issues with the J&D one as well. As I say, different suit from a different part in the movie, but I do think of him a bit more in like the black suits. And as I say, for me, John Wick in all the dark layers is like my preferred look of John Wick. Bob Dylan says, I got an email from the costume designer from John Wick Chapter 2, who also appeared in the trailer of the film. He said it's a dark navy blue, but because of the lighting and contrast, it essentially is black on screen. Bob is meticulous with the details, so there you go. If you can add a new John Wick character to 1/6, who do you pick? Oh, I would really like a Winston. And is it Sharon? Is that how you say his name? I would really like Winston. I have to say, it always makes me laugh in John Wick 4 when they have the duel and John's like, any last words? And Winston's like, just go out there and have fun with it, or whatever he says. Like, just have fun with it. It always makes me laugh. Because Winston is in all the movies. He's in Ballerina. I would like to see a Winston again, older dude in a suit. Is Hot Toys going to do it? I don't know. I'm still going, are they going to make Eve? I hope they're going to make Eve. I really wish some third-party companies might have stepped up and given us some of those other characters. I know Bob's got a few customs of different characters from John Wick. But yeah, I think Winston and Sharon would be cool additions. I would really like them. Mike says, had to step away from work. Who are they trying for with this guy? Oh, is this supposed to be John Wick? J&D needs to get their eye prescription checked. Look, these sculpts are not it for me. And I know cousin Anthony is very diligently commenting on the J&D post going, can you please update the likeness? Good luck, cousin. I hope they do it for you, mate. But I really, I don't know. And this is the thing, because they showed us the teaser images, and then the teaser images we saw, it didn't look promising. And then when they delayed the pre-orders opening, I think a lot of us okay, they must have been told, you've got to rework the sculpts. This is not it. And I don't really know if I feel like they changed the sculpts at all from those early teaser images, which granted were dark, hard to see. But yeah, for me, I just feel like everything from the neck down is probably fine, but the likenesses are not fantastic. 3-piece Wick suit is my preference. That's fair enough, and he does rock that a lot. I want Ballerina Eve. Winston would be my choice. Yeah, I'm still hoping Hot Toys comes through with Eve. They gave us that Ballerina tease, so I really hope we're getting an Eve Macaro at some stage. To J&D's credit, they nailed the dog. Yeah, look, I have to say, I'm so interested in the dog. Like, can you sell the dog separately? I would be interested in the dog. Let's be honest, everyone would love a Winston. And yes, a 2-pack with Sharon. Total coincidence. My name is Winston. He's a cool character. He's in all the movies. I think it would be cool to have a Winston. I think it would be so cool to have a Winston. So the JND, what do you get with them? I hear you ask. Well, this is what you get with them. And I have to say, I was really surprised when they talked about type A and C. I really thought the type A was going to be the chapter 4 figure on its own. So I find it very interesting that it was chapter 1. And I, hand on heart, was very interested in the chapter 1 version before Howie dropped his surprise last week. Now I feel like I can resist this. So the type A, you're getting the John Wick chapter 1 with the suit. You're getting swap out hands, some seamless wrists, which again, I think will be fantastic for posing. It has the magnetic eye feature, which is what that little sort of wand is at the bottom. You're getting a range of weapons. Fair play. And then the type C, that's where you're also getting the John Wick chapter 4. You're getting the dog. I think the one advantage accessory-wise that I think you're getting with the JND chapter 4 is it looks like you're actually getting would you call it like a weapons belt? Which Hot Toys has typically not done. They've not done that for their chapter 2 or chapter 4 figures. So for me, that accessory in the top left of the photo with the chapter 4 figure does to me look like it's that sort of weapons belt, which if it is, I think it's a really cool accessory to include. I feel like the chapter 4 does not have as many guns as what the Hot Toys ones. Granted, that might be the special edition. I did get the special edition one, which had the extra rifle. You're getting the katana, the nunchuckers. You're getting the pistol from the Jewel. Fair play there. One moment, please. I'm still incredibly sinusy. Apologies. SJC says, would like a Marquise from part 4. Well, it's interesting because there was a third-party company that I think, was it a Marquise and Winston, Bob, if you're around? I felt like that was announced, but I don't know if they ever came out. And I thought the outfit looked okay, but the sculpts did not look amazing. So yeah, again, this is where I'm like, this is where I kind of get a bit bummed. I feel like third parties have been really quiet of late because I feel like if this was 5 years ago, third parties would have filled in a lot of those gaps with some of these supporting characters. So it's a shame that they're a bit quiet nowadays. JND said they'll update the Harry Potter head. If they do that, they might update John Wick. Well, I think them announcing they're going to update it would probably not be a bad thing if they were going to do that. I was not wrong. The holster belt for chapter 4 was cool to include. I'm almost done with my photos of it, by the way. Oh, cool. Nice. What do you need? Guns. Lots of guns. Oh, Johnny Wick. Love him. It's silly the dog is only in the 2-pack. That's how they got me with JND Joker. Well, I mean, because he did get the dog at the end of chapter 1, right? So in theory, they put him behind a paywall. They had a Winston and Marquise, but cancelled both due to lack of interest. Both sculpts were rough. Yeah. It's a shame. I remember seeing them and I was very much like, yeesh, who are these guys? And this is the thing, because I think, I would say custom head sculpts, but they're pricey. They're expensive. I know the first time I got a custom head sculpt, and I was reminded this story because someone was asking me about, I've got a Kit Bash Speedy from Arrow in my collection, and they were like, where is this from? And I remember that was probably my first custom sculpt, and it was sculpted by Waruna, and then there was a painter he recommended, and I'm pretty sure at that time, I only paid about $100 to get that painted. I don't think anybody's painting a head sculpt for $100 nowadays. So it's not a cheap exercise. So I think unless it's a character you really strongly want, are you going to go down that custom head sculpt route? Not always. And when it's dude in a suit, that head sculpt is front and center. So there's no real hiding it. I had thought those figures had got cancelled. So yeah, thank you for confirming. But I thought we would look at some pricing, because a lot of times in collecting, people will always then say, for the price. It's better for the price. I personally, as you've probably already gathered, I think the Hot Toys ones are better, regardless of price. But I did think it would be quite interesting to look at how much these cost. So for the Hot Toys version, I thought I'd pop up the Sideshow and Pop Culture prices up there. I guess because Sideshow gets their figures direct, and Pop Culture and a lot of other retailers, if you're buying from them, as someone like me typically is, the price is a little bit more expensive. So I thought that might give us a bit more of a range as to typically what these things cost. So from Sideshow, it's $270 US. That translates down to £203, 235 euros, and 416 Australian. And that price on Sideshow was the same if you were getting the regular or the exclusive version. So over at Pop Culture here in Australia, the recommended retail price was $500 Australian, $499.99. I rounded up. We don't have 1 cent coins here, which translates to 332 US, 245 pounds, and 283 euro. So, as I say, I miss the days of $300 figures, but they're not coming back. But that's what you're looking at for your John Wick Chapter 4 through Hot Toys. Thank you, Gilbert. Gilbert says $339 over here in, oh, wow. Cousin Anthony was telling me about some of the pricing in Europe, and I didn't I thought we had the rough end of the stick in Australia, but you guys in Europe, my goodness, because your currency is so much stronger than ours. But yet you guys are paying more, which is crazy to me. Hello, late, work to blame. We'll watch beginning of the stream later. Thank you, Deadpool Red Suit. I hope you're doing well. Highland Figures asks, what's a character you would pay crazy money for? At this stage, an Okoye. Seriously, because I want her for my A-Force. So I think if there was a good custom Okoye, because my A-Force will never feel complete without her, and Hot Toys doesn't seem to want to make her, and third-party companies don't want to seem to make her. So I feel like that is one that would be up there for me. The Joker was really important to me. That's why I got that custom sculpt. I feel like a John Wick Chapter 2 sculpt would be something I'd pay a fair amount for, like if I found one that I thought was the perfect one. Aside from that, like if I could get a seamless Nurse Joker, that's another one. But the top of my wish list, because it's a figure I don't own and I feel like I need, would be a Okoye. That's the one. That's the one for me. Chapter 1, we don't know, because Howie Claus is just his little minx. He's given us a tease. But that will be a standard and an artisan. So I feel like the artisans are typically around $800-ish Australian, which I'm going to have a guess is around 500 US. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's a ballpark figure. I live in the land of the dollary-doos, and I base all my knowledge on the price of the dollary-doos. So John Wick Chapter 1, we'll find out soon enough. But what I thought was interesting was this JND pricing. So there's the prices if you go through JND Direct, and then 1/6 Kit also posted some prices. So appreciate Kit's probably getting through an intermediary, and there's a price difference. I don't feel like everyone can buy directly from JND, which is why I did want to include the 1/6 Kit prices, because I feel like that's probably more likely to be the price point that people are accessing the figures from. So for John Wick Chapter 1, if you can buy it directly from JND, you're looking at $700 US, which Chapter 4 from Sideshow, $275. It's a big jump. That's £517, €598, or 1,058 Aussie dollary dues. If you're buying through 1/6 kit, the price jumps up quite a bit. You're at $931 US, 687 Great British Pounds, apologies, €794, or 1,401 Australian dollars. At which point you're buying the Two-Face. I'd be buying the Two-Face over this. If you're getting the 2-pack, and you can buy directly through JND, you're looking at $1,300 US, $12.99, £960. I've missed out a one. €1,111. Have missed a one. 1966 Australian. Or if you're going through 1/6 kit, you're looking at $1,767 US, 1,301 Great British Pounds, 1,505 euros, or 2,654 Australian dollars. At that price, I'm pretty sure I'd be buying 5 John Wick Chapter 1 figures, or 3 and 2 Chapter 4s. I'm getting 5 figures for that price. It's a steep price to pay. So I think, you know, as I say, in this hobby, a lot of people like to say for the price. When you're looking at those 1/6 kit prices, I couldn't justify those prices for what we're looking at here. I just couldn't. Is there a video of your custom Joker sculpt? Thanks for sharing your answer, by the way. You're welcome. No, there isn't, because I only paid a deposit for it a couple of weeks ago, and I don't think I'm getting it till next year. So I might potentially do a video about it when I get it, but it's a long process. The artist I bought it from, John Woo, he does the sculpting, he does the painting, he does the routing. So it'll take a while. So I'm pretty sure it was Q3, Q4 next year. I bought it for myself as a birthday present, which I paid for this year, but deposit for, and then maybe I get it for Christmas next year. But that's how I justified buying it in my mind. Dark Knight Archives is here. Hi, Helen. Happy Friday to you and everyone in the chat. I'll have to catch the replay later. Have a great weekend. You too. Thank you so much for dropping by to say hello. JND ships to most places in the world, including Australia. I just checked. OSK prices are ridiculous for most of his stuff. Well, I mean, I personally don't think it for most of his stuff. I think the JND stuff has a markup, but I'm assuming there's an intermediary there. So, just like pop culture, I'm not getting stuff at the same price people are getting from Sideshow because there's an intermediary there. So, buy where you want to buy from. As I said, I have no idea where JND ships to. For me, my preference is always if I can lock stuff in Australian dollars. That's what I try to do. So if I was going to buy something JND, I would look towards an Australian retailer if I could. I think there's too much money left on the table for one or more of these retailers to not do a Nurse Joker at some point. The question is how much to make it worth to give for WB to give it the okay. Well, I was saying earlier in the stream, Mike, I don't know if you're around for this part, but the question was raised in the 1/6 kit group. So I had been talking to Topo a while ago because there was talk of them doing a Nurse Joker, and I had asked them late last year if that was still their plan, and they said yes. So someone else asked that in Kit's group. They were like, hey, is anyone doing a Nurse Joker? Topo, could it be you? And it was quite interesting because Topo did show a photo of the Nurse Joker outfit, and they said the challenge they are having is finding an appropriate silicone body, which I totally get because most Joker sculpts have a neck, as do most seamless bodies. And when you think of the Nurse Joker outfit and it's got a bit of a V-neck, you don't want a cut in a body, and where are you finding a necklace sculpt? It's very tricky. So they had asked the question of, would people be open to the figure if it was like a sculpted resin body like the Power Pose Bruce Wayne? Which from my perspective, I don't care. If it's in the proportions, if it looks good, like that Power Pose Bruce Wayne to me, I think looks fantastic. If they were to pull it off with a resin body like the Power Pose Bruce Wayne, I'd have no problem with it. But for me, I very much feel like third party is the more likely option for us to get a Nurse Joker. But I find it interesting because we have not had any third party Nurse Jokers for quite some time. Everyone has really focused on the purple coat. So I think someone doing a nurse and even a police Joker, for me, I think would be, I think there'd be a lot of interest in them because purple coat Jokers and even now bank robber Jokers, because Topo did it, Hot Toys is doing it, very accessible. But I think a nurse and a police Joker, I think would be the way I would go. But they offered a crazy deal. If you had PO'd the third scale statue, you could get a 50% discount. Which is interesting, because are they not feeling confident about these? Because even what was the thing they did with the purple coat Joker? Wasn't there we're doing a different SKU? And then I hadn't even thought of it, but someone said to me, oh, is this them repurposing the leftovers? And I was like, oh, good point. Because I feel like that was like, if you got the purple coat Joker, we'll give you access to this exclusive version. And I was like, at first I was like, oh, interesting. But then someone's like, no, they're the leftover scraps. I was like, oh, maybe they are. Just a heads up to hit that like button. Thank you, Dr. No. If you haven't, hit the like button. It's free. I think there's about 45 people out there. I don't know how many likes I have. Hopefully around 45. Big Groups here. Hi, Helen. Hello to you. Hope you're doing well. Deadpool Red Suit says custom Joker sculpt on which body, nurse, purple coat, other will the sculpt be added? So it's for the DX33. So it's a John Woo sculpt for the purple coat Joker, and it's what he calls the mob scene version of the painting. I thought the sculpt looked terrific. I thought it looked amazing, Shuri. And a photo was posted of that sculpt on the DX33. And as soon as I saw it, could not get it out of my mind. I thought it looked absolutely perfect. And as someone, who has like 10 Jokers, I was like, none of these sculpts look as good as what this one does. So I need it. I got it. Hello all. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Often. I hope you're doing well. Sideshow orders to the UK will have a hefty postage and taxes added on top. Kit would probably be cheaper. Well, I mean, with kit, the price is the price. You're not then paying postage. And that was the shock I got. Like when I got the John Wick exclusive version posted to me, the shipping, you're right there, mate. I don't know if you can hear. She's doing her claws on her scratcher. It's very loud. The postage was like $90 US. I thought it would maybe be like 90 Australian. It was 90 US. So it bumped up the price quite a bit. And I was like, if that's what the shipping cost is, I don't know that I'm buying anything from Sideshow again. I think it would have been cheaper for me to pay a silly amount for the rifle loose. You live and you learn. Thanks for talking about it again, Helen. I was away for that part of the convo. All good. As I said, I'm not sure how many people are in the 1/6 kit group. I find it super useful because I was saying earlier, it's not a group that has BST, because I feel like BST takes over a lot of Facebook groups. And it's handy because Kit shares a lot of his product updates. If stuff only has a few units left, new pre-orders, whatnot. But there's a lot of interesting conversations in there. And also there's a few manufacturers like Topo and Mars Toys that are in the group. So sometimes you do get some correspondence from them. So yeah, for anybody wanting to see that Nurse Joker outfit, the 1/6 kit group is the place for you. All right. We're at 2 hours, but I included this in there. So we'll recap this. So in short, I think I labeled this stream Hot Toys John Wick figures are superior to JND. I still feel that way. I'm going to have a little bit of water, and then we're going to round out the stream looking at what's coming up this quarter. So shout out to Jürgen Schultz, who posts these updates. And he posted once just as I was coming into the stream. So I appreciate this is now not the most recent update. So apologies. Didn't have time to update my slides. This was the update that Jürgen did on the 5th of September. So it was looking at the open releases. And what I thought was really interesting was in the last two updates Jürgen has done for this quarter, he said there's no figure that is outstanding. So in theory, Hot Toys is up to date with their release schedule, which is interesting because we always think of them as being behind, but apparently not. So the stuff that is slated for Q3, God Loki, which of course standard and artisan version. We've got the Wolverine, which of course was announced and released. As I said, this is from a week ago, so some stuff has come out. We've got the Iron Man. Am I good with Roman numerals? Not really. I have no idea what number that's meant to be. Apologies, guys. We've got the Iron Man figure, the Iron Spider, the Endgame Iron Spider, which includes the Artisan Edition, the Wolverine with the jacket, which I know people will be excited for as well. We've got the Amazing Spider-Man in standard and deluxe versions, Doctor Doom, which I think might have a little bit of renewed interest given the Fantastic Four. We've got General Grievous. God, I can't wait for General Grievous, guys. The only thing that makes me more hyped on this list than General Grievous is the Clone Commando, because Star Wars is the best. We've got Chewbacca with disassembled C-3PO. Armored Batman 2.0. Armored Batman 2.0 Deluxe. We've got the Batman Armory with Bruce Wayne 2.0. Beetlejuice, the T-800, which came out today. Batman and the Batman Deluxe version. I'm pretty sure they're the Batman Returns. Keaton Batmans. I don't know how to pronounce it, Samurai Predator. Artisan Harley Quinn, which I do not have on order, but I am interested to see how that turns out, that likeness in particular. The T-800 2.0, the clean version. Superman and Crypto, man, that's so quick. As was the Sam Wilson Captain America. So in total, 12 Marvel, only 3 Star Wars, which is frankly a crime. DC others 11, total 26. And this is, Mark 42. Now I see the suit. I know what it is. Apologies. Mark 42 suit. One day I'll learn Roman numerals. When I'm learning about all the silicon, I'll learn all the Roman numerals as well. So this is a snapshot. Again, Jürgen's put this together. So thank you, Jürgen. Appreciate you. Credit to where it's due. So this is the visual of what's coming out. So I'm keen to know, what have you got on pre-order? Or what are you just interested in seeing the final output for? Because for me, I'm not getting the armory because I already have the original down there. But I am very keen to see the Bruce Wayne head sculpt. Because I don't love the Bruce Wayne head sculpt on Power Pose Bruce. So if that one is an upgrade, I would potentially be looking to source that loose. The Batman Returns Deluxe is what I have on pre-order out of all of these things. That's the only one. So I am very much looking forward to that, to add it to my Batman 89 to 97 shelf. And I am, as I said, really interested to see the Harley Quinn, how that likeness comes out. And also the David Corenswet Superman. I think it will be really interesting. I think they're obviously going to be Inart the market with that figure. So I'm keen to see how that comes out. So for me, they're probably the figures I'm looking at with the most degree of interest. But I'm keen to know, as I said, if you're watching live or on the replay, what do you have on pre-order from this list? Or if you don't have anything on pre-order, what figure are you most interested in seeing the final product for? High on Figure says Mark 42 I'm looking forward to. Armored Batman is taking a sweet time. I wonder why Hot Toys X23 was slated to take as long as it is forever. Well, I think we all think it's forever when it's the figure we want, right? God, Loki's way overdue. Where is he? Well, I think Jurgen's saying he's scheduled on time. Oh, thank God an Iron Man is coming. Sorry, my sarcasm doesn't come across that well typed into the chat. Well, it's interesting because Hot Toys also did a teaser for their 25th anniversary, and there's a doll coming. I want it to be an Iron Man with the Howard Chan head sculpt. I want Iron Howie claws. I think I would buy that, Shuri. I think I would buy it. She's left the room. She's disgusted with me. But no, I feel like give us a Howard figure with an Iron Man suit. Or like the suitcase from the Suit Up Iron Man suit, so you can pretend he's Iron Howie claws. Deadpool Red Suit has the Harley Artisan on pre-order. Nice. And the Wolverine. Ion Figures has 8 on that. Okay, that's quite a few. Anthony has Wolverine, both Spiders, Superman, and Batman. That's quite a few. Mike has the Wolverine, but like you, Helen, I'm definitely considering that Grievous. I mean, all I can think of is Grievous. Samurai Predator, Battle Damage, T-800, Armored Batman, Iron Man, Grievous, Chewbacca, Batman Returns Clean, T-800 times 2. That's quite a few. It's quite a few. SJC has the Predator, both T2s, Armored Bats, Wolverine, Grievous, Harley, Spider-Man. It's interesting because people who have because obviously Hot Toys is doing their Batfleck 2.0s. Like, I'm assuming Inart's doing a Batfleck at some stage. Does that interest people, or does it only interest people who have got the Inart Superman and are looking at the Gal Gadot? And I guess I'm just wondering, because people who like Inart, there seems to definitely be some very big, faithful brand followers. I'm keen to know, are people happy to mix and match? Because I feel like I have no problem mixing and matching. I want to put the best version of something together with the best version of another figure. Doesn't particularly bother me. Like in my Joker display, I've got the Topo Bank Robber Joker because to me, I thought that was better than the Hot Toys 2.0. So I've made that swap out. Same thing with my black tumbler. I've got the Topo Armory suit with the DX19 head sculpt because I thought that was a better version of that Bruce Wayne in a suit. So for me, I don't particularly care what the brand is if it's the best version of something. So again, if Inart does an amazing Anne Hathaway Catwoman, the Hot Toys one's going and that one's coming in there. So I guess I'm just not sure if people know if I've got the Inart ones, I want the full Inart set, or if it's like, no, I'll just mix and match what I think is best, or no, I'm just happy with the Hot Toys ones. I'm not interested in buying Inart versions. So I'm keen to know how people think on that. Wolverine jacket pre-orders got scrammed. I don't know what that means. Valkyrie says I mix and match too. SJC says my main collection is DC. Previously, my first Star Wars. Oh, Grievous, I think that means. Grievous is my first Star Wars, and Wolverine and Spider-Man my only Marvel. I'm so in tune with the Star Wars that I worked out that you meant Grievous. So I'm just kicking goals with the Star Wars stuff, guys. I'm all over it. But yeah, I do find it interesting because, as I say, like some people I've spoken to, they've got that Inart Superman. They really love that. So now they want like the Inart Batfleck to go with it. But for me, I feel like the 2.0 that came out from Hot Toys, like that looked really nice to me. I'm not looking at that thinking that had any particular flaws. They've made some improvements to the body, to the proportions. I really love that wall diorama, which might sound silly, but I think it's a great piece. So yeah, I find it interesting because how far away is an Inart version? You know, they've not even have we seen a prototype? Have we seen anything? I don't think so. So you've got to think that's got to be 12 to 18 months away at a minimum. That's a long time. You can get a Hot Toys 2.0 right now, or this version very soon if that's what you so desire. Would you get the Batman Armory from Hot Toys? I already have the 1.0, so I would not. So I don't think you can. Let me move. It's there. I have the 1.0. I don't need the 2.0 because I think it would be largely the same, with the exception of I think the 2.0 would be probably a USB-C compared to that one's a battery. That's fine. I got that original one with Alfred and Bruce Wayne. So no, I'm not. As I say, my only interest in that would be the Bruce Wayne head sculpt, if it is something that's compatible with the Power Pose Bruce Wayne and is an upgrade, because I don't love the head sculpt on the Power Pose Bruce Wayne. I'd probably look to source that loose, but otherwise, no, I wouldn't be looking for that set, to be honest. That's the end of my slides. We got there in the end. Thank you for indulging me in my big John Wick rant as well. I appreciate that. When is your John Wick Cherry Blossom screen diorama being released? Great question. I feel like it's then to come out this year. I don't even think it's still listed on Kit's website for me to be able to look it up, because I remember wanting to look it up. Actually, I wonder if it's still on the Giant Toys website, because at one stage Giant Toy listed it, because I don't know. I'm just like, it releases when it releases. And given it's not cheap, I'm quite happy to not be in a hurry to pay for it just yet. When does Giant Toy say? Oh, July to September 2025. Is it coming out this month? I got no idea. Third parties, I take their release dates with a grain of salt. So I think it was like, it's like $330 through Kit, because I bought all 3 panels. And I'm also not in a hurry for it yet, because I still need to work out this room and my display. And I changed my mind from I'm going to put in one cabinet along here to I'm getting rid of everything and starting again. Because I don't even have room for that yet, because in my original thinking, all the John Wick stuff was going to live here. But now I'm questioning this whole room setup, and I don't know what I want to do with it. So, to be honest, if it's delayed, it does not bother me, because it's like my John Wick stuff is in my detolfs, and that diorama is too tall. It would not, like, even a single panel will not fit in that detolf. So if that's delayed, I can totally live with it, because I don't know where I'm going to put it otherwise. I have no idea. Because I did want to move the 89 to 97 into the garage display, but then I need what I thought would be another garage cabinet, which is where I thought I'd put the Avengers. I thought I'd, in my detolfs, I've got a lot of displays of like some of my favorite female characters, and I thought I'd put them all on one shelf. But as I say, my mind changes every day as to what I'm going to do with my display cabinets. So where I land is anyone's guess. I genuinely have no idea what I will do at the end of it. But guys, I'm going to wrap it up, because I don't know how much of a voice I've got left. We've been going for 2 hours and 23 minutes, which group effort. Well done. We got there. It was a slow news week, but we still managed to have a longish stream. So I hope you did enjoy it. I am hoping that I will have my Endgame Wanda to unbox next Friday. I got my invoice from Pop Culture on Wednesday. I paid that thing as soon as I saw it. But I have not seen them send me a tracking number yet. So I'm a little bit worried they haven't sent it. So if it did not make it to the post today, because I'm on the other side of the country to Pop Culture, it typically takes a week. So I'm a bit worried I'm not getting it in time for next Friday's stream, which would be a big bummer. So keep an eye on my socials. Hopefully next Friday I'm unboxing Wanda. If not, maybe I'll do it the week after. I don't know. I'd say I'd make a video, but honestly, the live unboxings are a lot more easier to do. And I'm lazy. I'm an honest YouTuber. So yeah, hopefully Wanda, but if not, I'll be back next Friday, same time, to hang out and chat figures with you all, because what else would I do on a Friday night? Anthony says, thanks, Helen. Great stream. Thank you for joining me, Anthony. It was great to hang out again. Dr. No, thank you, Helen, and give my warm regards to Shuri. I will. And channel members, keep an eye out. I'm going to drop another Shuri video for you very soon. Paul, take care. Collectors, you too. Thank you for joining us. I think you're a new name, so I appreciate you dropping by. Eric San One, thank you, Helen. You are a gift to the community. Oh, thank you. That's incredibly kind. I don't know that I am, but I think that might be one of the nicest comments I've ever gotten. So I'm going to leave the stream on this gift to the community. I don't know about that, but I'm going to take it. So guys, have a lovely weekend. Be safe, and I will see you here same time next week. Take care.